Muhammad Ali is the most famous sportsman who has ever lived. But he's also an American icon who has had a love affair with Britain for nearly 5 decades. Over the next hour, and featuring previously unseen footage, we'll hear from the friends he made in this country.
He used to stand outside that front door and he used to do magic tricks for the kids.
From the reporters who followed him.
I really got to like the man a great deal, almost love him.
And from the British fighters who faced him in the ring.
He was taller than me, he was bigger than me, and he was a lot bloody better than me.
As he celebrates his 70th birthday, this is the story of what Muhammad Ali made of his time in the UK.
But the cars are too small, the streets are too narrow, and I haven't seen as many pretty girls like I do at home.
We'll hear the tales of the ordinary British people who have never forgotten their encounter with the man they called the greatest.
Meeting Muhammad Ali was probably the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
I've actually sparred with him. There's not many 17-year-olds can say that.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Muhammad Ali made his last trip to Britain in 2009 to meet the many friends he had made in this country over the years, including his old foe, Henry Cooper. This is likely to be the final visit by the former heavyweight champion, who is now suffering from severe Parkinson's disease. During his time here, he traveled to Hyde on the outskirts of Manchester, and the hometown gym of one of this country's most successful boxers, Ricky Hatton.
You come, you slip, you drop, you know, whoop, bang, and then back on the outside. We tried to keep it pretty hush-hush because we knew how poorly he is now. But there were a few little whispers must have got out because they absolutely cornered the streets off. We were climbing up the lamppost just to get a glimpse of him. He got out of the car, put the wheelchair out for him, and he sort of like threw it out of the way and said, "No, I'm walking into Ricky's gym." And you could see what an effort it was for him, but I mean, that summed him up really. He said, "Hiya, Ricky," you know, I thought, oh my God, he knows me. I think whether it be the people in Britain, the people in the United States, or the people all over the world, I think everybody loves Muhammad Ali because he made boxing what it is today.
Ali is now an international sporting hero and hugely popular in this country. But it wasn't always like that. He first came to the UK in 1963, then a world heavyweight hopeful fighting under his original name, Cassius Clay, to take on local hero Henry Cooper. And he immediately antagonized the British public.
From the moment he got off the plane from America for that first fight with Cooper, Clay had been telling everybody he's going to fall in 5. And he kept putting up his 5 fingers all the way leading up to the fight.
Well, Henry Cooper's nothing but a tramp. He's a bum. I'm the world's greatest. He must fall in 5 rounds, but if you talk about me, I'll cut it 3.
He was an extremely brash 21-year-old, and people in this country hated him.
This will be no contest. This will be a total annihilation.
Any special training?
No special training. Just be at the fight. I'm ready to back up everything I'm saying, and I'm through talking.
This was a deliberate PR strategy developed by the young heavyweight and his wily trainer, Angelo Dundee, to whip up interest in the fight.
I knew about England. I knew what type of individuals they liked. They liked a close-mouthed sort of a guy that didn't brag or anything. I knew right away they weren't going to like my guy right away because he talked.
And a lot of these people are booing me and making remarks at me on the street, and that's just going to make it hard on Henry Cooper.
We got some notoriety, some publicity, and we sold tickets. That was important.
Henry Cooper passed away in 2011, but he often talked about this famous clash with his sons, John and Henry Marco.
That's you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's us. Ledway Drive.
Yeah.
Our first time.
Yeah.
And he told them that he took Clay's showmanship with a pinch of salt.
You know, it wasn't personal. Dad always used to say to us afterwards, he always used to have a glint in his eye. He didn't mean it, you know, it was just his way of selling things to the public, you know, and it was a good way of selling because nobody had done it before.
But Cooper was certainly the underdog. Cassius Clay was the Olympic champion, undefeated in 18 professional bouts and about 2 stone heavier. The British boxer decided to even up the odds, for the weigh-in at least.
Dad was always lighter than Muhammad Ali, and Jim Wicks, his manager, decided a good thing to do was to put some lead weights in his shoes and in his hands, so that didn't give Ali too much of a psychological advantage.
But Clay discovered his own source of inspiration at the weigh-in, which was staged at the London Palladium.
Clay found a robe and a crown lying in the dressing room, left over from the previous winter's pantomime. So he stole it.
And we went in the ring with the crown on his head. Said, don't do that, we'll get killed. But you know, it was strictly tongue-in-cheek, we're having some fun. We had the king, they had the queen.
When the fight started, Henry was matching Clay, and Clay was showboating a lot.
It was a fight attended by many celebrities. And he noticed sitting at the ringside was Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor had just made the film Cleopatra. His eyes widened and his mouth, "Hiya, Cleopatra." And a few seconds later, Henry hit him.
Everybody stood up because they thought he'll never recover from that punch.
Henry's hammer had landed just seconds before the end of round 4. Clay was saved by the bell, but he was still in trouble.
But when he hit my guy with a left hook on the chin, I know I needed to buy some time.
Angelo Dundee is accused of tampering with Clay's glove to delay the start of the next round.
Came back to the corner wobbly. I told the referee to come over and can't go on because the glove is split. The glove never was split, I just opened it up a little more.
That quick thinking added a crucial 5 seconds before the start of the next round.
People say it didn't make much time, but Dad said even if it's 5 seconds, when you're that fit, you recover straight away, and so it made a difference.
Dundee is also said to have given Clay smelling salts to revive him, which would have disqualified his boxer.
Smelling salts was taboo, you're not supposed to use it. But you know, I just happened to have a little piece of smelling salts capsule in a towel, and I was rubbing him with the towel, nice and easy, under his nose. So I utilized the smelling salts.
A revived Clay emerged for the 5th round, the round in which he had predicted he would finish off Cooper.
He just caught Dad with a nice punch on his eye, and it just opened his cut up, and that was the end. As Dad said, that was a part of the sport in them days, you know. And you try and gain your man a little bit extra time. Yeah, just good thinking of his manager. That's what you got. That's what you pay him for. They look after you in the ring when you're there.
Cassius Clay had won his first fight in Britain, but he certainly hadn't won many fans here. And it seemed the feeling was mutual.
And what are your impressions of this little country of ours?
Well, Great Britain is a nice place, but I'm from America and I'm not used to it. The cars are too small, the streets are too narrow. I like open spaces, and I haven't seen as many pretty girls like I do at home.
Clay returned home to challenge Sonny Liston for the world heavyweight title.
Sonny Liston was considered a monster, an unbeatable monster. Clay outfought him. It was Liston who quit. Clay became heavyweight champion of the world.
Coming up, turning on the charm for Britain's top chat show.
You haven't got a mark on you.
Hit and run away and live to fight another day.
And the story of an unlikely friendship on an Oxfordshire housing estate.
The greatest person I've ever met. Not the fame, not the boxing. I'm talking about him as a man.